Those of you who volunteered to be injected with Homo sapien DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of man mantises. Pick up a set of four-leg spurs, mesothorax armor, and tubercle sheets. You'll know when the test starts.
Alright, I have no idea what that was about, but hello everyone. This is my physics project on the concept of momentum. Remember, the SI unit for momentum is kilogram meters per second. As you can tell, I am filming gameplay of the widely acclaimed title Portal 2. For those of you who don't know what Portal is a comprehensive puzzle game of successive test chambers and application situations. Conveniently enough, it is also a perfect candidate for the demonstration of various physics concepts. I highly recommend you look into playing it if you haven't already. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, let's begin. This adorable thing is known as the companion cube. Look at that heart. That means it loves you all, but it loves me more. Our friend here will be accompanying us during my demonstration. Now before we continue, I would like to make this video interactive. I want you all to pick a direction, but I can probably guess which way you choose. Go ahead. I'll wait. Let's go and see if I guessed it right. Come on, Cece. Ah, apparently I didn't. This blue gunk that is bouncing me back and forth is known as repulsion gel. You see, as I was falling, gravity's pull had caused me to accelerate at about 9.8 meters per second. Synonymously, my kinetic energy was building as well. And remember, kinetic energy is the energy of motion, the opposite of potential energy, so similar to when you're just standing still. This acceleration raised my velocity to a value above zero. Since momentum is a product of mass and velocity, it was steadily building as I fell. The faith plates below launched me to the repulsion gel. Since I had stopped, my new momentum was derived from the force exerted by the secondary plate. The momentum I obtained was kept constant due to the conservative property of the gel in regards to velocity. While bouncing up at said constant velocity, the momentum remained constant until I hit this section where my velocity returned to zero, if you discount the continuous rotation of the Earth's surface. Also, the energy that I had amassed kinetic-wise has been transformed back to potential energy upon landing, since, as I've said before, I am no longer moving. The SI unit for energy is joules for those of you who don't remember. Let's continue, shall we? These things are known as turrets. Contrary to their innocent voice, they would have killed me if not for this glass wall. We will begin right here while I will demonstrate momentum by flinging myself. This device is known as an excursion funnel. It is a vortex of light that is able to give weightlessness to anything inside, namely me. Notice the light particles flitting about. Sounds familiar. Quantum. Alright, now for the first part of this demonstration, I shall launch CC. Now, this may be a shock to some of y'all, but CC does not have harm. It's pretty morbid, I know. Horrifying. Yay, CC! Okay. The conservation of momentum is upheld by these portals since I probably won't be losing a limb anytime soon, which would of course change my mass, and my velocity will remain constant since the portal produces no friction upon entering or exiting. On that note, we will now explore impulse. We will now explore impulse, the duration that a force is exerted. It is simply the product of force and time. As a refresher, the SI unit for impulse is newtons per second. Obviously, the longer the force is being exerted, the greater the impulse value. So, through this second fall that I'll take in a moment, it'll obviously have a greater impulse value. Thankfully, momentum doesn't apply in the game that you can't die by slamming yourself into a wall. You'll see what I mean in a second. Right there, I would have shattered pretty much every bone in my body. Alright, and I need CC for this next part of my demonstration. So she will be joining us once again. This area serves as a transit point for my test chamber, that is all. There's nothing back here to demonstrate. Alright, for those of you who didn't get a good look earlier, this device is known as an aerial faithplate. It can be set to launch you in various parabolas, similar to projectile motion, with me as the projectile, since I'm too lazy to walk. Whee! Excursion funnel time! You know, it's times like this that make me really question life, and realize that I also love Companion Cube. Kind of odd to have an affection for an inanimate object, but hey, who are you to judge and who am I to question? The Companion Cube loves me and that's all that matters. Now, we're going to take the other hall and explore artificial acceleration, meaning that I will be applying an acceleration that is individualized from gravity. Oh, I'm sorry, independent of gravity would have been a better option to say. What I'm standing on currently is a hard light bridge. This bridge is composed entirely of light in a solid form. Pretty interesting, huh? Notice how it continues until it hits the surface over there, similar to how light stops when it strikes the surface. And notice the wave pattern flitting about. This also does support the fact that light can be considered both a particle and a wave, due to the excursion funnel's particle effect and the wave pattern that is slowly moving across. Okay. This is where CC and I depart. I'll miss you, CC. And now I'm over it. Falling time! Whee! Long fall boots broke my fall. You can't see them, but they're special boots that stop me from killing myself. Alright. This orange gunk, similar to the repulsion gel, is known as propulsion gel. Unlike the repulsion gel, this increases my acceleration for every second that I walk on it. So notice I'm walking normal, and now I'm slowly getting faster as I walk along. So of course, by walking on this, my momentum would increase considerably, as well as my impulse value would conversely decrease as I am using less time to get the same momentum. Just finished spreading up here. That ramp up there was courtesy of Companion Cube. Isn't she a doll? And now let's see if I make it. Come on. Yes! Alright, got it. Well, that's the end to my project. I hope that all of you enjoyed. And now, just remember, impulse is the product of momentum and time, and momentum itself is the product of mass and velocity, similar to forces, mass, and acceleration, which is just in terms of change of velocity, which could also mean that momentum itself could be considered a force. Alright? And I really do appreciate that you took the time to watch this video. If you haven't gotten the game Portal 2, I would highly suggest it. It's not a waste of your time, and it really challenges your problem-solving skills. So I'm going to follow myself, and allow me to just show some... Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm signing off.